2 and 7 News First update.
Good evening. The Alberta government has announced stiff new initiatives to fight drinking and driving. Bill 26, introduced in the legislature today, calls for increased suspensions for people convicted of impaired driving. The new minimum would be 1 year. The maximum suspension would be 5 years. The bill also calls for the attachment of an alcohol sensing device to an impaired driver's vehicle after the license has been reinstated. The two men involved in the Brinks robbery and shootout at Market Mall a year and a half ago were sentenced today. Jean-Guy DiPietro and Clive Evans were found guilty of armed robbery and attempted murder. And Gary Bobrovitz has details.
DiPietro's lawyer admitted to the seriousness of the crimes, but argued this was only an isolated 18-month criminal spree. He asked for a fixed term of 20 to 25 years in jail. Justice Charles Virtue agreed with the defense, saying there was a ray of hope that DiPietro could be rehabilitated someday, and sentenced him to 22 years. DiPietro would be eligible for parole after serving just 7 years and 3 months. Co-accused Clive Douglas Evans was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Justice Virtue noted that Evans had spent 17 months in custody awaiting trial. He also noted that Evans had a minor criminal record and said that he too had the chance of becoming a useful citizen again. The defense counsel for Clive Douglas Evans says his client will appeal the conviction. The defense counsel for Jean-Guy DiPietro says his client is still considering an appeal, but it won't be DiPietro's final court appearance. Crown prosecutors say there is still one outstanding bank robbery charge against DiPietro, and they should proceed with that in the immediate future. Gary Bobrovitz, News First at Court of Queen's Bench.
The Canadian dollar is back below 81 cents U.S. today. It fell more than a quarter of a cent to close at 80.89 cents U.S. Meanwhile, both the Toronto and New York stock exchanges recorded good gains today. The TSE moved ahead more than 11 points. The Dow Jones was up 15 points.